Greetings, Sniper. How are you? Michael's here. Michael says, hey there, Yogi. Hey, Michael. And the other Michael is here, who also happens to be the same Michael, by the way. Is also here. It says, how's it going, Yogi? How does he do it? How does he show up? Two people at once in the same spot. And Marlon's here. He texts the Yogi stud. What's up, Marlon?
With hundreds of new Mazdas available, Heritage Mazda.
Lee's here. Hey, Lee. And Goldie is here. Vamps is here. Vamp says, hi there, lovely people. As mentioned, pretty sure I don't like the handle thing. Some people it doesn't affect at all, fortunately, like Sniper, like by Marlon. Hey, Lucy. Lucy, aren't you live right now? This is stud of all stud. You must be talking about Squirrel Sniper. Sniper said, who? Who wants a Mazda rather a Subaru? I do. Was that a commercial that came up? Hey, Ryan. Ryan is here. Ryan is a new friend. He's already a good friend. Ryan is a favorite of our friend Toy Pups. So you know what they say. Any friend who is a friend of Toy Pups is automatically a friend of ours. Welcome, my friend Ryan. Appreciate you being here. I'm awful glad that you found us through Toy Pups. Is anyone here not subscribed to Ryan? He's at 321 subs. I bet you by the end of the live stream we can get him to 325. So welcome, my friend. I hope you're having a good day. Cody says, I don't want any of them, Sniper. Cody says, she'll be lurking. I appreciate that, Cody. Sniper says, Erica changed my profile ID. I didn't know you could change your ID. About 6 weeks ago, I must have seen that coming. I'm glad it didn't affect it. I'm glad it didn't affect it for you. I like the fact that you're Squirrel Sniper and that you stay Squirrel Sniper. Let's see. Marlon says, "Oh, Sniper's sexy, but you take the cake, Yogi. No matter if it gets a second crack from running from a goose. It was more like a leap than running." Lacey says, "So to squirrel." Everyone's saying hi. Lacey says hi to Ryan. Hi. Hey to Ryan. Wow. The 138 is the errands code. Gotcha. What if it's too late for people to change their ID, your profile ID? Can you tell people how to do that sometime, Sniper? Lucy says she was live for 6 hours. That is an epic live stream. Wow. Not sure. I think maybe the longest I've been live might be 4 hours. But then I started doing it 3 times a day, and I decided, you know what, an hour. Mornings I don't go live for that long. Tearing your butt. It was a strain. It was a strain. And it was a glute muscle, not the butt. Tearing your butt for a leap. Doesn't sound better. Then again, I broke my leg jumping over a puddle. Well, there you go. There's a pot calling the kettle black. I could have been pecked to death by a goose. What? You could have gotten wet. Do you see the difference there, Marlon? Marlon leaps from getting wet, and I actually leapt from a dangerous animal. As I mentioned to Kat a while back. Could have had claws. It could have had fangs. Might not have been a goose. It could have been a dragon. It looked dragonish. There was a glint in its eyes. There might have been fire coming out of its mouth. And speaking of cat, hey cat. This conversation is taking a very weird turn, Marlon. Lucy says hi to cat. Hey Dan. Yogi man. Nice session with Reaper this morning, Dan. You can always change your at, but unlike the username, it has to be unique. Hey Hamada, how are you, my friend? Semper says no. Huh. Semper says hi to cat. Jim says often I made it over the puddle, but landing something went wrong. It's always the landing. I'm an expert at leaping. When I'm in the air, hell, man, nothing's going to bother me when I'm in the air. The landing, sticking the landing, that's always the hard part. Hey, Jeremy. Jeremy Scholl's Cruise Adventures is here. Says, hey, everyone. I'm going to do everything I can to make sure I make your live tomorrow morning. I believe it'll be 10 a.m. my time. About 2.5 hours. But you guys were doing core when I was there. What else did you guys do besides core? Rear turns are my specialty, especially when trucking around a fishing pole or barbell. We all need a hobby, Marlon. Yeah, 6 hours is a long time, Lucy. Lucy says it won't be longer than 6 hours. 6 hours is long enough. I will be doing Terra next live stream. When's your next live stream, Lucy? Hey, Bud Files. Welcome, my friend. Michael says, Silgi, guess what? I had another short reach 1K and 12 likes, and I gained 2 subscribers from it. Awesome. You know, Toy Pup says that's the way to grow subscribers. If you want to grow subscribers, put out more shorts. Speaking of shorts, Cat and Jack has a new short up, and it's absolutely beautiful. Hope you guys go check it out. I've mentioned this before, and I stand by it. I don't think anyone does more beautiful shorts than Cat. Do in nature, I don't have to do anything. Although, I was thinking this morning, and I might write about this morning. Doesn't mean, just because it doesn't mean I don't have to do anything, doesn't mean it doesn't take a certain amount of skill. I don't want to sell myself completely short. I've learned how to be patient, and I've learned how to trust. Nature's always going to show me something. I just need to be open to being led where it is. I need to listen and look and feel for the signs that something's going to happen. And I need to be infinitely patient to let nature reveal itself in what it wants to show me. Then I just press a button. It's a simple job, but I absolutely love it. Congratulations, Michael. What which short was it? Lucy says, hey, the buds. Dan says, dumbbells, 105 pump seals, 100 four counts. Wow. That's a lot of pressing. Plus all the core that you guys did. Lucy says, we're setting it up now, and we'll drop the link. Thanks, Lucy. Marlon says, laughing, nah, that's not a hobby, but a public service. You think pretty highly of you dancing there, don't you, Marlon? I gotta admit it was good dancing. I don't know if I'd go so far as to say public service, but Marlon says, or I'm sorry, Lee said, Lucy, tomorrow you're doing a Terra. Michael says, I love doing nature shorts. It's beautiful all on its own. Agreed, Michael. Agreed. I absolutely love it. Sniper says, I've been lacking lately. Haven't had too many moments out to post something worthy of gaining traction, but I will next week, I promise. Awesome. Hey, on a different subject, Sniper, how was your daughter's birthday? The one with all the birds. Got you. At the bridge. Dan says, yeah, the feels of fun after doing triceps with dumbbells. Yeah, I bet. And by fun, I recognize that you mean absolutely no fun whatsoever. Marlon says, oh, you've seen nothing yet, Yogi? Even performed for the police once or twice? And you did not get arrested? You were asked to do so, not by the police, but, well, again, public service. In this case, for public servants. What did you do for the police? Let's see. Marlon says, and I was asked to do so. Oh, I've read that. Michael just retracted. It'll be back. All right. What do you guys want to talk about? Sepa says they had a great night, ticked all the boxes. Father came over today and had lunch and shared a moment. I'm glad to hear that. Hey, how's your father doing? Marlon says some twerking, loop bridges, and pole dancing on a fishing pole. Did you get paid for this? Yeah, you said it's going to change. What, 14 days? 11 days now. I know there's a typo in this handle, but I will fix it. There's virtually a typo in everything that I've ever written somewhere. 11 days and it will appear as my great outdoors adventures. I'm trying to find the typo. Or it says, I think it actually lightened the day up. It probably did. Unfortunately, I didn't find any handbag notes in my slip. You were wearing a slip? Oh, it says Sunday. I think that happened to cops in the U.S. every day. Thank you, Lucy. So it's going to be Terror Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. Central, which will be 7 my time. It's a good time for me. I will be drinking my cup of green tea, getting ready to work out so I can spend some time there. If you guys have yes or no questions about any aspect of your life, you need some guidance, some clarity, some insight, bring your question to Lucy Warren's World, Terror Tuesday, 6 a.m. Central. It's in adventures. I put ad. Oh, gotcha. So since he's overdoing the grass bowling, and we'll be doing half the amount this week. He's a great bowls player, but age is getting slightly better than what he would like to give to the team. Can understand that for sure. Lisa says July 1st is also my birthday. July 1st. Also, my birthday is July 2nd, and I will be turning 33. And of course, we're going to sing happy birthday for you. Probably quite a few of us will be singing happy birthday for you. What are you going to do for your birthday, Lucy? Michael says this channel is half to 100 subs in just 2 weeks. So you over halfway, 55. My cat just headbutted my elbow for reasons only known to my cat. Lucy says, of course, love to hear me sing happy birthday. Pizza and cheesecake. That sounds good. What's your favorite cheesecake, Lucy? Favorite kind of pizza? Sorry, guys. I got to spend some attention here on my cat. All right, we're done. Sorry, she's stuck. You okay? Sorry, guys. Conversation with my cat. You know what? I used to like Pizza Hut pizza. Pizza Hut Supreme and strawberry cheesecake. Strawberry is my favorite fruit and flavor. I'm partial towards strawberry too. Strawberry vanilla ice cream is my favorite ice cream. This is a strawberry cheesecake. Ice cream is nice. Sissy, hey Sissy. I love Pizza Hut. Yum. It would be nice if Pizza Hut made a vegan pizza. Yes, they do have vegan pizza. Daya is a vegan food company, and they make a pretty good frozen pizza. Haven't had one in years. I used to have them come back from a race, and I didn't want to cook. I just wanted to put something in the oven and wait. Um, and it was easy. How much easier does it get than putting a pan in the oven? Oh, oh, all right, guys. Changing the subject. Two things I'm not allowed to talk about: mashed potatoes and Pizza Hut pizza. That will be the last that I mention it. If you put it in the comments, I will change the name. Cody says, please, 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 no more pizza. I should have changed that last time. If you value your life. Lucy says, cherry is my second. Cherries are actually good for you. Very good for reducing inflammation. If you have arthritis, if you have gout, if you're struggling to recover from any kind of aches and pains, especially tart cherry juice. So the unmentionable has the best pizza. Domino's is good too. I don't know if we're allowed to talk about Domino's. Oh, you can talk about it, just don't eat it. Gotcha. I regular pizza. It's been how long? I've been a vegan for 16 years. Probably 17 years since I've been out to eat pizza. Hey, Skits, sup, Jokester Broster. Great live stream, Skits. Michael says the mashed peas. I can talk about mashed peas. I just don't want to talk about mashed peas. At least just for the skits. Ronald says, Audi said offers a nice frozen berry mix that also has cherries. I really like it. I haven't heard of them. Michael says purposely mistyped. Gotcha. You thought you could slide that by me? Goldie says, and yes, don't you dare diss my comfort food. I wouldn't dream of it. I've done my best to stick by the promise that I made you. Semper says, oh, the memories. Michael says, they also said mashed potatoes. I'm with you on that, Lucy. Goldie says that's not even a please. Hey, roll call. How are you, my friend? Roll call says hi, Eric. Jacob's here. Hey, Jacob. Hey, Julie. Julie, it's nice to see you. Julie, can I say that you are doing magic? Absolutely love what you're doing. I'd love to talk to you about your own practice sometime. Anytime if you ever feel the call too, if you ever want to just come on up on the live stream with me and talk about your own spiritual practice, its connection to A Course in Miracles, um, all of it. Just to have a conversation. Lee says, anyone seen Shirley today? Yes. She was in Cat and Jack's this morning. Zephyr says, retracted for Goldie. Gotcha. Goldie says, you know me, Eric McCarty? I do know you. I do know you. I do know you, and I appreciate you, which is why I always do my absolute best to honor all my promises to you. I try to honor them with everyone. But thank you, Julie. Goldie says, hi there, brother Jacob. He says, hey, Julie, lovely to see you. Julie says, happy to talk. So, yeah, every 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 5:25, I have a link. So anytime you want to come up. Lucy says I'll be bringing in the Dragon Oracle when I do Tarot. That will be Tuesday. Just to remind everyone. Skid says I saw Shirley earlier. Too, I can't remember where my memory is awful. So I know she was at Cats. I don't remember if she popped in mine. I think she did. My 5 a.m. I think she was over at Reaper's too. She was with Reaper and Dan. Julie says may need to be guided through the technology. We can do that. Right in the description, there's a link. And I think all you have to do is click on it and it should work. If it doesn't work, some people have found it helpful to highlight it. As well, give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to put it, just in case you feel like coming up today, I'm going to put it in the, on my post section, the homepage. Which might make it easier. So you'll see a little link says YouTube create live. All you got to do is click. You make beautiful, beautiful videos, Julie. I mean, like artistically and the message as well. I hope everyone takes an opportunity to subscribe to Julie. Thank you, Goldie. Yes, Shirley was in my live stream too. Thank you. Jacob says, hey to Julie. As does Goldie. Jacob says, say, Monsieur Good brother, how's your watch hours, Jacob? I had you up for a while yesterday. I'll have you up again later today. Michael says, Yogi, I have some more animal control footage up. It's under videos. You want to drop some links? John says, hey, Sister Goldie. Hey, John. John Sinky, by the way, is Jacob Sinky. It took me a second to figure that out. Goldie says, Tuesday I'll be swimming. Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming. Well-deserved little break, Goldie. Jacob says, hey, outdoors, great outdoors. Jacob says they need to get back into swimming. Vamp sister, very good exercise and active recovery. It is, absolutely. Hey, Jason. Jason says, hi, brother Eric. Jason, how are you? How's your weekend? Jason says, hope you're great. Doing pretty good. Hey, L-Dog. L-Dog says, yo, bros. How are you? Lee says, I hope you're well rested. Well and rested. Goldie will be back. Jason says, hope you're great, brother Eric. Doing pretty good, Jason. I appreciate you. I appreciate you checking. Post, I think it was this morning or was it yesterday? I think I blinked out for a second. Yeah, I saw you post yesterday or today on her channel. So, Seb, Lee, if you go to her channel and just highlight the, up top, what's it called? The link, what says youtube.com/watch, all that stuff. Just highlight that. Basically, you cut and paste. Custom paste the link above and then, or cut it and paste it in the little box. Comment here. I appreciate that thought. Goldie says, hi there again, lovely people. Hi there again, Goldie. Michael just gave Roll Calls a sub at his second channel. Jason says, let's see, we got our friend Julie coming up. Julie, how are you?
Hello.
It's nice to meet you face to face.
Nice to meet you too.
Honestly, you are doing beautiful work.
Thank you.
And it seems you're on a mission.
Yep, I am.
Could you tell us about your mission?
Yeah, I'm supposed to, I think we all have the same mission with paths seeming to be different, but ending up in the same place. We're supposed to learn how to tune into the harmony that we are and live and speak from that. And so my piece of it is sharing messages online, but it's also mainly in how I live my life. That's just a little piece of it.
Right. How'd you get here?
Well, I got here on Earth through an oops. And now I'm allowing the correction of my oops. But here would be, for years I did self-inquiry. The work of Byron Katie.
Right.
So I just questioned and questioned and questioned my thoughts. And then I ended up having an experience that led to the work I do now. It seemed to open me up and help me hear the voice that tells me what to say.
Do you have a term for the voice?
Yeah, in the beginning, it seemed to call itself Sadhguru, so I had to look up that term and then understand it just my inner teacher. But over time, I started to call them my imaginary friends, my light friends, my non-physical friends. I never wanted to give them names
Right.
because I feel like I don't truly have a name. And I'm most comfortable with them when we are nameless and formless. So that feels like home to me.
It's interesting that you were given that name of Sadhguru before you actually knew what it meant.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm sure I had read various books. I'm sure I had come across that term. But as far as my conscious awareness, I just was thinking, what is that word? I don't consciously know it. So I did have to
Right.
go look it up. But it has always seemed like when I'm listening to them, it's always seemed like a multiplicity of beings speaking to me with one voice.
Wow.
And they always said, your voice will become our voice.
Do you still are you still practicing self-inquiry?
Not in the same way. The way I used to do it with the work of Byron Katie changed. Because then shortly after the experience I had, I found A Course in Miracles. And I was very much inspired to follow that path. So now that's my path.
Right. As it is mine,
Yeah.
and several other people, with more people becoming interested. That uh, for me, the important thing, much as you said, uh, it hasn't become so much. I love talking about it, but in my everyday life, um, off of YouTube, it's seldom mentioned. But I do
Mhm.
best to demonstrate it every single moment that I'm fully capable of doing so.
Yeah. What I get told about what I share on YouTube is if you, Julie, you were the only one to ever listen to your messages, that would be fine. Because I re-listen to them to let them go deeper. It's not about building anything on YouTube. It's just, it keeps me busy, giving me something to do while I'm in that vibration and holding it and sharing it. And so the mind to mind stuff is much more important than anything that would seem to happen on YouTube.
Right, true. Hey, how long ago was it that you came across A Course in Miracles? Um, and
Yeah.
how did you come across it?
I think it was about 15 years ago, 2010. And I can't tell you how. It's funny because I'm just aware that it appeared on my Kindle, but I have no memory of buying it. I have no memory of anybody recommending it. I just know that boom, suddenly it was in my life. And it was telling me everything my light friends had told me. So I thought, now I have this in book form. It's amazing.
I found myself very often in my first few years of studying it, nodding my head in agreement, like, I know this. I don't know how I know this, but I know it. Just this deep intuitive knowingness. And for me, when you first came across it, did you know for sure this was your path?
I don't think I knew it was a path initially. I read the book, I lit up. I did not become a serious student of it, but I liked going back to the book. Then about 4 years later, I got pregnant with twins. And it was very much an oh shit moment because I thought, I don't know how to do this. I need to become serious. And so that's when I really locked in.
Right. I had a couple of moments like that. One was my um, first step into sobriety after a decade of drinking, and the second one was my um, a lot of personal issues colliding in a single moment, and realizing what you just said. I better get serious
Yeah.
because life just upped its game, and
Yes.
that can be difficult.
Mhm.
Hey, do you mind if I ask anyone in the chat if they have any questions for you, maybe?
Oh, of course. Go ahead.
So, Julie, as you've heard, um, we have a lot in common, quite a bit. Um, I'm a big fan of Brian Katie and that form of self inquiry. And she's a student of A Course in Miracles, student teacher, as we teach what we most need to learn. Um, if anyone has any questions that they would like to ask her, it's good to get a different and fresh perspective of how people have come across it and how they practice it. Speaking of which, so how does practicing the course look for you now at this point in your life?
I meditate when I wake up. I spend some time with the course. I stop often throughout the day just to read little bits or repeat things to myself. I feel like I just need to be in constant reset. So whether that means listening to you or anyone else on YouTube while I'm folding the laundry
Oh,
and
thank
keeping
you.
myself in that setting, or stopping to read a little bit of the course, the essential part is keep myself in constant reset to what I actually am.
I have a question that I want to come back to with meditation, but our friend Lee
Oh,
says, so question for both of you. The Course in Miracles, is this a code of practice, a doctrine, a guide, a discipline?
do you want to answer it?
I'd like you to go.
Okay, I would say it's a friend in time of need. And if it's supposed to be your friend, it'll step forward and take your hand and not let go.
Ooh, I like that.
But there are so many friends. And at various points along the way, we believe we need structure. I still believe I need structure. So that will come in whatever form it comes. And yes, discipline is involved because we have to learn to focus on what we are. But the way that happens can be so many different ways.
I loved everything that you said right there. And for me, at least at first, discipline is important because we don't even know that we're thinking wrong.
Yeah.
We believe the world we see is exactly the way the world is supposed to be, and although we'd like to change it, we don't even know that we're capable. It's just too big of a job. And plus, someone else should do it first. Someone important. The president should step up. It's his job. I voted for him. Change everything. It's the Senate, Congress. But it's up to us individually. Because in the end, there's no individual. In the end, we all wake up together or we don't wake up at all. And we will all wake up. That's the script is written. So we know that for certain. Which is a big, big relief. Hi, Sabine. So to piggyback on what you were saying to Lee, that Lee, it's a 700 and some page text with a 365 page workbook and a manual for teachers. And even at the end, in the epilogue, course says, it's not over. Now you go out and you practice it. Everyday life. You practice forgiveness as offered and taught by the course, which is different than the traditional. And that's another thing I'd like to ask you, is your practice of forgiveness and how you go about it. But first, you said that you meditate in the morning. Do you have a particular style of practice that you do?
I usually just follow the lessons. And now I'm in that kind of free form section of the lessons where it's not really specified how long you go in or what you do. And so that's what I'm doing lately.
I like that. So forgiveness. What is it and how do we do it?
So for me, forgiveness is seeing through the fear cloud I projected on everyone and everything. And that fear cloud can take many different forms. And I have to see through it to the light you are. Either the light that's within you or the light that's shining behind you, however I want to see it. And that light's equally within a volcano, within a microbe, within a car, within anything I could name. And that's what my constant reset needs. I have to be attuned. And to me, that's forgiveness.
Beautiful description. Absolutely beautiful. This is going to sound like a weird question. Are you good at it?
I don't know. I am not able to judge accurately, positively, or negatively. All of my positive and negative judgments are meaningless, but I discovered it's okay because I'm held in God and God loves me and everyone and everything, and we are held and shown the way. So once I start seeing that, I can quiet down long enough to get and follow some instruction. And that seems to get a little bit better every day.
I like that too. And I like both Kat and Jack and I mention all the time, cut ourselves a break, let ourselves off the hook. That you don't need to be good at it. You just need to do it.
Yeah.
And that the practice is the thing.
Yeah.
And when you're practicing it, it doesn't matter if I have to repeat it, because when I practice it, I'm forgiving. And when I'm forgiving, everything is right. My heart is light. My mind is still quiet, and I'm smiling. And if I forget, the fact that I'm not smiling, the fact that my mind is busy, and the fact that my heart is not at peace reminds me all I have to do
Yeah.
is forgive. So it's all a practice, and it's all a practice in the most glorious and joyful way I'm going through my day.
I agree. And then we go through these layers. We don't want to deny that we go through layers of our resistance where it feels like absolute hell. But there's another side to all of those layers.
So as a mother, as
Mhm.
well as all the other stuff of the busyness of life, how has the course helped you as far as being a mom and all that other stuff that we have to do on the mundane day-to-day stuff?
Yeah, I'm a teacher and a student in every relationship. So that is everybody, fellow parents, my children, my husband, and just humility is important, to sit back and to find the place within where I can get instruction. And what am I supposed to say? What am I supposed to do? Because I don't know. I have no idea. And just follow that flow the best I can. Yeah, that's where I am with it now.
Surrendering like that, I don't know what anything's for.
Yeah,
And even better, I don't have to know what
right.
anything's for, because it will be given to me. It will be revealed to me when I need to know what
Yeah.
this is for. It's such a huge relief when I remember.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I remember more often than I used to,
Yeah.
which is
Me
pretty
too.
cool. Let's see. Any other questions here? Gaze, welcome, my friend. Thanks, Eric. It's the Wildman. Oh, Gaze. Have somebody earlier. Thanks. Thanks to Sniper. Appreciate that. Just
Oh,
for Yashi.
I apologize. I have to interrupt because my
Sure.
daughter's calling me. I have to go
Okay.
wash her hair. Thank you for the chat.
You're welcome. And anytime, just hop on up.
I will.
And if you want, drop
Thank
your
you,
link when you get a
everybody.
moment.
Drop you what?
Drop your link in the comment section if you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that a bit later if I can.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
That was
I know how
our
to
friend
end it.
Julie. There's a little yep, she figured it out. Yeah, Wild Man. Appreciate it so much. That was our friend Julie. Julie is a longtime practitioner of A Course in Miracles. She a while back, few months ago, started leaving very lovely comments on my um, short videos. Not shorts, but short videos where I was talking about the course. And I would visit her. I do visit her quite often. And I learned so much. Everything she puts out is just so beautifully done, artistically done. So I hope you guys visit. I hope you get a chance to sub. speaking of which, Wildman, I'm gonna mod you up. I hope everyone takes the opportunity to sub to Wildman. So that was a privilege for me. Thank you, Tandra. Tandra says, lovely guest. Josh, that was Julie. If you go all the way up, you'll see where she said hi. I'm unable to drop links because just I'm on my desktop. It brings you right back to my desktop. It brings you right back to my live stream. All right, Leah said, can we forgive repeat persistent behaviors? It's easy to forgive ourselves. It's hard to forgive others. Some people, it's the opposite. I think Kat would agree that for some of us, probably for me, and maybe for, I'm pretty sure for her as well, that it is actually harder to forgive ourselves. Here's the thing, and I love asking Kat to remind me. Lee, there are no others. All of it is self-forgiveness. Every last bit of it is self-forgiveness. The more you forgive others, the more you're learning to forgive yourself. The more you forgive yourself, the easier it is to begin to forgive others. And remember the description that Julie gave us for forgiveness. It is not saying that I forgive you for something that you've done. It has nothing to do with what you've done or haven't done, but everything to do with who you truly are. It is that very essence of the salutation namaste. The light within me recognizes, salutes, honors, but first I have to find it. The light within you. On the level of form, all kinds of stuff happen. On the level of the heart, on the level of spirit, on the level of absolute love, the level of God, nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Thank you, Sabine. Sabine says to Lee, we actually can, but it should come from the core of your heart. Thank you, Sabine. Beautiful answer. Lee says she's a nice lady. I like her attitude. You'll love her channel. Ballman says, thank you for the kind welcome, guys. That's what they do best. We've got an awesome group of friends here. And I'm glad you're here too, Wildman. Goldie says, Wildman, I'm Goldie for every lovely person here. Wildman says, awesome, big love, Goldie. Wildman says, this is music to my ears here. Great work. Thank you. And thank you for the really nice and kind comments that you left in my shorts, my nature shorts. Josh says, I'm an anthropomorphic dog. What do you mean by that? I know what the word anthropomorphic means. So you're projecting human-like qualities upon your persona as a dog? Is that what you're saying, Josh? Cody says, I'm coming back with my only fangs. Ballman says, beautiful souls, brother. Yeah. Well, man, somehow I got lucky. Just the right people stumbled across and deciding to hang out. Sweet says, hope you're doing fine. How's the watermelon, Sabine? Summertime is meant for porch and watermelon, and rocking chairs and whittling. Lucy says, hi, Goldie. Don't forget, speaking of Lucy, on Terror Tuesday, 7 a.m., 6 a.m. Central Time. bring your yes or no questions to Goldie. I'm sorry, to Lucy. Hey, they both ended wise. That was a legitimate mistake. Hey, Wildman. Gonna be live for maybe another 15 minutes or so. You feel like coming up on the live stream and introducing yourself? Sabine says, I am back. I had to take a break. It was all too much for me lately. I can understand that, Sabine. Plus, you and Timo have been through a lot. You guys have been through more than you should have. 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Central Time on Tuesday. Lucy, let me know if there's any time this week you feel like hopping up and pulling some cards here. Vamps is back, and here I am again. What's the matter, Stitch? It's a good schedule, Lucy. 6-hour live streams every other day. I guess you need that break in between after a 6-hour session. Tandra says, hi, Lucy. Tandra, how are you? What's new in the world of Tandra? Thank you, Julie. Guys, our friend Julie Borst, did I pronounce that right? Has dropped her link. Julie was up on the live stream. Wonderful conversation. Man, I really enjoyed that. I mentioned that in my day-to-day life, I seldom talk about A Course in Miracles, but I'm consciously and consistently and constantly practicing. Again, that might sound more like tedious. Man, so every day, every moment you're practicing, it's the most joyful practice in the world. But when I get the opportunity to talk about the Course, I certainly love to talk about it. Lucy says, because it will be open panel, then I can go on yours and pull cards. Nice. Thank you, Lucy. Julie says, thanks again, everyone. And yes, that's right. I think I got lucky attempting to pronounce it. It'll probably come out different every time I try. Fortunately, I can say Julie without any trouble. Friend says, okay, thanks. Back from a holiday in Greece. That was nice, I bet. How was the weather in Greece? He says, sub Julie will head over. Awesomely. Bondman says, I will do it at some point, brother. We'll get it ready for work tomorrow. Need to make time for you guys. Awesome. I appreciate that, Bondman, and I appreciate you taking time out of your day. Goldie says, what's up, Stitch? I just don't understand. What would you like to understand, Stitch? You know, we're always willing to talk. And you know what? It's okay not to understand. Man, if I started making a list of all the things I don't understand, you would come in at 5 a.m. for my next live stream, and I would still be writing down all the stuff I don't understand. Tandra says, Julie, nice to meet you. I have subscribed to you. Thank you, Tandra. I agree, Vamps. I believe that certain things you have to live not to understand. That's, again, one of the core tenets, one of the lessons. I don't understand anything I see, but I don't need to, because what I do need to understand will be given to me to understand when I'm capable of it, when I'm ready for it. That lets you off the hook. I don't need to furrow my brow and go through life trying to understand all that big list of things that I mentioned that I can't understand. Ballman says, big love, Julie. New here too. Seems we're all on the same path. I would say Wildman ultimately so, but and Julie mentioned this as well. Each path might have a slightly different name. You know, our friend Lee, Magnetic North Adventures. Um, he's very much man. I don't think I could put a term. Taoist, akin and attuned to the way, shamanistic as he's listening to the earth speak. But he's made it uniquely his own, and he would probably refute any of those titles that I gave it. The reason I gave it is just to, by way of explanation. Which says, why a lot of people hate me, why everyone thinks I have no feelings, nobody understands me, they all think I'm happy when I'm sad. Stitch, I'm sorry. A lot of people make fun of me. No one should ever make fun of you, Stitch. No one should ever make fun of anyone. But you are one of the most loving and careful young people that I know. You've really helped me out. You came through for me, Stitch. You helped me earn an income. You know how many people would do that, Stitch? Not a lot. Not a lot. Hey, Signature. So, at this point in your life, I don't think a lot of people understand most people. And you are young, but you're very sensitive. And you got a pure and innocent heart, and that makes life difficult, more so than it ought to be. And I'm sorry for that. But you want to know something? Your heart is going to lead you in so many wonderful and magical and loving places that those who don't have that sensitivity or lose that sensitivity later in life uh, will miss out on. But you'll have it. And that sensitivity that you have now is going to allow you to love people on such a deep level at some point in your life, as well as animals, as well as trees, as well as flowers. Those who have your type of sensitivity become great poets and artists, writers and painters and sculptors. Uh, they become the most loving parents. They become wonderful school teachers who know how to reach out to kids who are experiencing the same thing. They become your favorite school teachers. They become leaders. They become magical for the rest of their lives. Julie says there's great power in becoming aware of the sadness. Beautifully said. Goldie says, Stitch, I believe it's about being willing to be vulnerable. You can't fault others believing in what you show. Wellman says, I should have said this path. If we're all the same, it would be boring. True. True, Wildman. Semper says, for what is and what will, all I need to be. Beautifully said. And people only seem to hate what they don't understand, Stitch. They don't really hate. They just don't understand. And people are afraid of what they don't understand. Your job, just be yourself. They will come to understand. Signature, I hope you're having a good day. Wellman says, Squirrel, or brother, you were right. Awesome crew. One thing I know for sure. One thing I know for certain. Squirrel Sniper is right about people. Wellman says, glad to be here, Squirrel. Thanks for the link earlier. You're a good soul, bro. Love it. Yep, Sniper's the best. Signature says, "Hi, my friend Lucy." Guys, I hope you also take a moment to subscribe, if you're not, to our good friend Signature. One of the most beautiful people and channels out there. Signature said hi to Hazards, Wildman. Hey, Joy. Hey, everyone. Hey to you, my friend. I got about 10 more minutes. I love those unexpected surprises that are so meaningful. Julie coming up, getting to know her, answering a few questions, giving you guys an opportunity to get to know her. And I hope you take advantage of that. Visit her channel. Getting to hang out here with a new friend, the Wildman. Timo and Sabine coming in and hanging out with us. Sabine says, the good thing is we don't have to understand everything. It's good to absorb it and let it go. The real answer will come to you by itself. You know what I mean? I do know what you mean. Thank you, Sabine. Bondman says, can you put a link signature? Could you drop your link? Oh, hey, Baldman, as a mod, if you go all the way over to the right side of signature, you'll see 3 little dots pop up. And if you click on those dots, it'll say visit the channel. Go to channel. Click on that, it'll take you right to his channel. It used to be easier. Thank you, Signature. Let's see. Marlon says, can we do some breath work? Yes. Tampa says, catch you all on the next stream, Daddy Duties. Gotcha. Hey, Marlon, are you ready? We'll do some breath work, and then we'll sign off for the afternoon. I'll be back at 5:25. Signature says, welcome. We got some unicorn vibes. Thank you, Lucy. Marlon says, see you, Sniper. Stitch says, yay, breathing. I appreciate you joining in with the breaths, Stitch. Sabine says, take care, Squirrel Sniper. Bottom says, got it. Thanks, guys. Just subbed you, Signature. Guys, make sure you return the favor, sub back to the Wildman. And Dundee is ready. All right. We're going to breathe through the nose. We're going to use the Ujjayi breath. The Ujjayi breath is also called it's translated to, give me a second, guys. Our friend Jace is coming up. Hey, Jace.
Hello, mate.
How are
Sorry I'm
you?
late.
That's okay.
Warm. That warm.
Wow. She's wiped out. But
So
a big smile. But a big smile on her face.
Yeah, we've been out for playtime. She's been chasing Stick for the last about 40 minutes, and she's absolutely pooped. Heatwave. We've got another crazy day coming tomorrow. It's only for one day though. We go from like mid-20s up into the 30s, low 30s.
Wow.
And then it drops about 15 degrees the day afterwards. Hi, Rebecca, Lucy.
Hey, Rebecca.
Up to my family, Dundee. Everybody in chat. Apologies, I thought I didn't talk to everybody. Obviously, I was walking dog, and the heat's absolutely crazy. I think Dan wants to do another session.
Does he?
Yeah.
He had a big one with Reaper.
2.5 hours. Is
What'd you do?
next level.
Besides the walk, what did you do today?
I went for Sunday dinner. I went to Mum's for Sunday dinner. I've done some gardening. I've done 2 loads of washing. The vacuum's had a good little run around the house, and that's about it. Yeah, Sabine, you're right. It is summer.
Hey,
Obviously,
Anna Marie.
Anne Marie, oh yeah. For the UK, we don't normally get temperatures that go high 20s. Is pretty rare for us. So obviously to reach 30s, it's not a usual event. I love it. I like the heat. A lot of people are like, I can't cope, can't do anything, can't sleep. But it's all good. How's your Sunday been, brother?
It's been pretty good.
How's the
Usual.
walk? How's the walk this morning?
Walk was really good this morning. I tracked an owl, saw a couple of deer, tracked a hawk. So it was a fruitful day. Not quite too hot. We had a heat wave last week. It got up to 101 a couple times, and then dropped all the way down to the low 70s. But it was climbing back up, but summertime. Take it in stride.
Yep, as you do. Quick joke for you. What do you call a dinosaur with no eyes?
What?
Do you think he saw us? I'll love and leave you with that one. It's always good to leave on a smile.
It is.
Happy
That was a good one too.
Happy Sunday.
Happy
Take care.
Sunday to you. Thank
Have
you,
a great
Jason.
week. Have a great
You too.
week next week. Much love.
What's that? Anna Marie says, yeah, awfully hot here too. Wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't so humid. Yeah, same here. I hope you're doing well, Anna Marie. That was an amazing dad joke. Sabine says we are almost the whole afternoon on Emma River. Emmy, did I pronounce that right? Have playtime at the beach. Nice. Hardly any water in that river right now. Is that because of the heat? Because of summertime? All right. So we're going to go back to some breath work. You guys remember the Ujjayi breath. Also literally translated as victorious breath, but it's also known as the ocean's breath because we're going to make an ocean sound. We're going to make the sound of the tide. As if we're fogging up a bathroom mirror. This is a mirror. Pretend with me. We're going to breathe through my nose. You hear that sound? That's the sound we're going to make, but we're going to do it with our mouth closed. That was a little forceful because I wanted you to hear it. I'm going to do the same thing as I breathe in. Like I'm snoring. Literally, like I'm snoring. If someone would say, could you imitate the sound of someone snoring? That's the sound you want to make. Breathe it in, breathe it out. We do this for a couple of different reasons. It tones the vagal nerve. The vagal nerve is one of the largest nerves in the body. It's the nerve that's responsible for taking us to that fight or flight that really, I'm so stressed that I'm about to pop. Back down to the rest and digest. I'm taking it easy. I feel good. I'm responsive versus being reactive. So it's an important nerve, but it's out of whack. It's out of shape, which is why we surge up. Something little happens. Cat sticks her claws in my leg, and all of a sudden I'm jumping up and I'm waving my arms. And my poor cat is like, what's the matter with this guy? He needs to do some breath work. We get cut off in traffic. Our boss yells at us. The line at the bank or the supermarket is too long. We stub our toe. Bam. We're given this super dramatic overreaction. Not that it doesn't hurt, but does it have to be that bad? Especially the traffic jams. And we see the results with road rage. So, breathwork brings us back down to that rest and digest where we are responsive. We can respond to these situations instead of having our buttons pushed and being tugged this way and tugged that way. So we use that breath because it tones the vagal nerve. As well, it helps us extend the breath for longer periods of time. If I want to breathe in for 4, it might be hard to make it to 4, especially on the exhalation. It just comes out too quick. I don't make it to 4, and I feel like I've overextended my breath. But when I enter that ujjayi breath, that ocean sound, I get to breathe a little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit until I hit that number. Breathing in for 4, exhaling for 6. Coincidentally, that's the breath we're going to do. We're going to breathe in for 4. We're going to exhale for 6. We're going to do it all through the nose. We're going to have an uncounted pause between each breath. You too, Jace. Thanks for popping in. Jace says, Ron, you're absolutely right. Anna Marie says, doing better. Have more voice today than I have in a month almost. Had someone dump 2 puppies. Wow. And they found on the way to the porch. It's so sad. So I brought my mood down a bit. I'm sorry, but I'm glad they found you. All right. Marlon, are you still with me? Stitch, are you still with me? We're going to do a few rounds of 4, 6. Breathing in for a count of 4, pause, exhaling for 6, and then we'll wrap things up for the afternoon. And just see if I get a go ahead for Marlon. Might not be here any longer. Oh, yes, sore. Okay. Thank you for the putting up with the explanation. All right. So, Marlon, my friend, if you would be so kind as to close your eyes and relax. Here's how we relax. We notice the breath without trying to make any changes to it yet. Notice where you're breathing and how you're breathing. Are you breathing through the mouth? Bring a little change. Start breathing in through the nose, out through the nose. Are you breathing up high in the chest? Make a little change. Watch the belly as you breathe in. Expand gently with air. And watch it collapse back down very gently, very easily. Breathing in, the belly rises. Breathing out, the belly falls. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose. Every out breath, the arms and the shoulders relax all the way down to the fingertips. Every in-breath, a gentle smile plays on our lips. Every out-breath, the jaw unclenches, the brow unfurrows, the temples relax. Breathing in, breathing out. Enter that ujjayi breath, that ha sound, breathing in, breathing out. Create the sound of the ocean using your very breath. Let the relaxation of the ocean shore itself reach out to you. We are now going to breathe in for a count of 4. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale through the nose for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In for 1, 2, 3, 4. And out for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our last breath for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And let the breath go. Allow it to settle in its own fashion, its own pace, its own rhythm. Deeply relaxed, at peace, responsive, ready to embrace the rest of your day, whatever it might be, in a restful, relaxed, and responsive manner. With that, I love you guys. I gotta go. Our friend Wildman says, gotta go. Guys, work tomorrow. Thanks for the kind welcome. Please read my main channel description before you subscribe. I'm on a mission for answers. Big love, guys. And thank you, Eric. Thank you, Wildman. Man, so happy you're going to be hanging out with us. All right. Love you guys. I'll see everyone later. 5:25. I'll be live. Big thank you for Julie for coming up, hanging out with us. Don't forget that our friend Lucy Warren is going to be doing a live stream Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. her time, Central Time. Reading cards, Tarot Tuesday. Lucy says, see you later, Eric. See you later. Thank you, Lucy. And big welcome to Wildman. Speaking of upcoming week, remember Thursday evenings, 5:25. It's the Cat and Jack show and her sidekick, Yogi, hanging out, doing Yogi stuff, doing cat stuff, talking about A Course in Miracles. Anna Marie says, thank you as always, Miss Yogi. Hope to see you again soon. I hope to see you again soon, too. I hope you might come up and sing with us sometime. Marlon says, thanks. You're welcome, Marlon. 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Then you will be right after. Eric Point says, another great live. Thank you, Eric. Appreciate you hanging out with us. All right. Gotta go. Love you guys.